Hello, this is my blog post number 2, and this week I'm doing my response on the Brene Brown Power of Vulnerability. Well, it was a very good TED show. Again, I like TED, have good subjects, and I could relate to what she was talking to. Like, for example, when she was saying, we numb. I can recall that from myself, personal experience. I used to have to numb my pain, numb my emotions. When I first became disabled and I had problems at work, I used to have me use my medication that the doctor gave me and numb myself. And eventually, after a year of doing this, I realized my relationship with my daughter wasn't the same as it was before. My relationship with my wife was different, and that's why I stopped taking medications and stopped drinking and stopped numbing myself. I was done with the life of forgetting everything, of no emotions, of pain, trying to numb the pain and the reality of what is going on to myself. This is something I had to learn to live with, and I think I grew from the experience. And also this week I read a nice article by Cooper Thompson called "Can White Heterosexual Men Understand Oppression?" Well, for the most part, I would say, yeah, that there's very good issues that he goes over in his article here. Well, my personal experience is somewhat different than most. I came from a poor family in a town near Fresno, California, where white heterosexual men were a minority. And here it's in his article, he speaks about how it will soon become, white heterosexual men will soon become a minority. Well, I lived that life. It was hard. Graduated top 10 in my class, but could not go to college because I couldn't afford it. My family couldn't afford it. There were no scholarships available for me because I was a white male. I decided to turn this way of life around for myself. I joined the military, gave myself the opportunity to go to college and get away from the life I had lived. Now, he also goes to make some good points about gay and lesbians here in his article. Well, initially, growing up through childhood, yes, I was taught the same thing, but learned reality very quickly. My daughter's godmother is a lesbian. My uncles are gay, but I love them. I love them dearly. You can't judge a person because of their race, their gender, their sexual orientation. You have to judge a person because the person is who they are. You judge them by their character, their personality, their morals, and everything that goes along with that. Speaking of my uncles and my daughter's godmother, I learned through their experiences in life that yes, people do get treated unfairly. In the cases of my uncles, both of their families rejected them. My grandpa never even talked to my uncle for until the day he died. They still never talked. And my other uncle, his family did the same thing to him. And the struggles they lived in their time is hard and unimaginable for anybody to go through. And I'm just glad that the times are changing. People are realizing that just because you may have differences in your attitude towards life or your lifestyle itself, that doesn't mean that you're wrong. And That's the lesson a person has to learn in life. You can't judge a book by its cover. I know that's been said so many times it's shouldn't have been said, but it's true. You can't judge a person because the way they look. If they're in scraggly clothes, that person might save your life someday. You can't judge a rich man because, he might be the kindest person ever. The same thing with race, you can't judge a black person or a Chinese person. You can't let language, influence your decision about who that person is. My neighbors speak Spanish. I could barely understand them, but, I speak a little bit, and they're like the best people ever. Just because you can't, you can't compare your life to their life. You have to find a way to relate, to understand, and you'll find out most people have more in common than you can imagine.